Say the line, Bart!
The HSTV-L.
Yeah!
Well, I'm sure you guys knew this was going to happen at some point. The HSTV-L has been getting a lot of attention recently. See, the community is having a bit of a spat over it. A lot of people say it isn't very good, and a lot of people say it's overpowered. By this point, you should probably know what my position is. This tank has more or less become a part of my identity as a content creator, but I've been really hesitant to play it because I just don't enjoy it. It does very little damage. The penetration is not good. It is incredibly fast, but people say that if you have a problem with this, it's a skill issue, and I do not agree, simply put. So I'm gonna take it out for a bit, see how I do. I probably won't do very well. It is my most played vehicle in the game by a pretty wide margin, but don't expect nukes or anything. I'll probably get like maybe 5 kills at the most. Top tier gameplay is just too hectic for me, like my brain shuts off. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but let's see how I do. But before we get started, a quick word from this video's sponsor, Makin. As you can probably guess from the title, Makin is a PvP mech shooter that can be played on mobile devices or on PC. The gameplay is simple and easy to get into, while also being surprisingly addictive. I grew up playing the Mech Assault games for Xbox, and it reminds me a lot of them. I love games that let you customize your vehicles, and Mech Arena is no exception. Not only can you upgrade your mech and give it new weapons, you can also choose from a variety of unique pilots. You can customize your pilot's attributes to further suit your playstyle. They aren't locked to any given mech, so they add a lot of depth to gameplay. My personal favorite is Spark, because if you put a robot protagonist in your game, I am more or less obligated to like them. My favorite thing to do is to take out the Panther, since it has 2 thermal lances. That way I can just stand there stoically staring at my opponent while I microwave their insides. The game has recently got some new content including free-for-all, the ability to make clans, and a grenade launcher that you can attach to your mech. As I mentioned earlier, you can play it on Android, iOS, and PC. It's free to play. If you want an extra boost to get started, you can use my personal link in the description and comments, or scan the QR code that's on screen. That'll get you a level 6 rocket mortar, 1 immature crate, and 1 skin. Thanks again to Makin for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. This video is probably gonna be a lot of me just rambling about it. I hope you guys don't mind that. Now, as far as the BR change goes, I don't mind it being 11.0. I just wish that they buffed the round first. The round should be on par with M774, so like 350, 370 mils a pen flat, which for 11.0, I don't think that would be terribly unbalanced. Okay, that's 1. TKXs are very scary, or Type 10s in general. Anyway, I don't think it should do as much damage as a 105 or a 120, like some people think I've said. I think the SPAL area should be more or less unchanged. I just think that the SPAL should do more damage. So you still have to aim precisely, it's just that you're not gonna be like shooting a breach and doing literally no damage whatsoever. Like yesterday I was playing this, I shot the breach of a T-80 and it just turned it yellow. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm not worrying about him.
Holy fish paste! It's a guy!
I will worry about you, though. That was a very poor shot. Luckily, his reaction time, not that good. Okay, I can't pen that. I could pen that. That's something I've discovered about the Leopards. You can actually shoot the driver's hatch, and you can sometimes take out a bunch of crew members. Okay, let's see. How are we not hitting his charges there? I don't understand. Like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have peeked, but at the same time, I feel like I should have hit his charges there. I don't mind that the fire rate is technically a bit too low. It's more so that you can't reliably penetrate some of the areas you're supposed to aim for. Like, even taking into account that you're supposed to flank and all of that, it's still incredibly inconsistent. I'm in a terrible spot. There's like 5 tanks here. I think the best thing I can do is to just try and distract them until my team can come help me out. And another issue with trying to flank in this is that it's just so obnoxiously loud. Like, you have a turbine, everyone can hear you coming from a mile away, unless you are a T-80, in which case you will be very silent. Ooh, we squeezed that right through the relic bag somehow. Suddenly I'm Robin Hood. I just know someone's gonna make a joke about the Disney Robin Hood. I know it. Nope, that was the wrong key. That was the Windows key. No, my drone. Oh wait, is it still alive? Yeah, it's still alive. How did it take a missile? What? It's plastic. Hello, Gaijin? Common Sense Department? There's a BMP-2 there now. Oh, they finally took out my drone. Okay, yeah, that's what I mean when, like, when people say just aim for weak spots, or just try to disable. It took that many rounds to take out his gun. Oh my lord. No thank you. Like, you can aim for someone's weak spot, but the game will just say no. With turret desync, with volumetric, there are just so many variables that it's not guaranteed. You know? This is terrible. Oh, did you see his turret flick? That's what I mean. Okay, let's aim for the missiles. Okay, that got him. Okay. I'm sorry? Excuse me? Yeah, just aim for weak spots. Just aim for ammo, bro. If you're playing the HSTV-L and having trouble with it, you're not a bad player. It's a very difficult tank to play well. I think the skill ceiling for it is pretty high. Okay, yep, just hit his carousel and shot his barrel, but it didn't do anything. Hopefully my teammate can help me. I don't know how he's outrunning us in a T-80.
I'm coming to kill you!
Yeah, okay. If I had to describe what playing this is like, it's like if you were playing competitive CSGO, but you had to aim for these, like, boss fight weak spots, you know, the glowing ones, but everyone else is playing just regular CSGO. That's pretty much the gist of it. That's a, it's a nice username. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. That's what I mean about trying to hit weak spots on a target that's moving that fast. The number of craters around here. It's like we're done. Oh my lord. I have not done that in years. One-shotting a T-Series tank through the driver's hatch. Why is your cannon so loud?
Rev up the Bugatti!
Another thing I don't get is when people compare this and the 2S38, they say that the HSTV-L has better survivability. I very strongly disagree. Like, look at this. Most of its whole profile is ammo. If you penetrate it, you're probably going to ammo rack it. Also, it has an RHA plate right behind the driver and gunner, so it's not like the fuel tank eats the spall, because the plate just generates new spall. Whenever I shoot a 2S38, I almost never ammo rack it through the front. The fuel tank eats most of the spall, and it only kills one crew member maybe. And you know, it also has a completely unmanned turret. The damage. Coming up against the BMP-2M in this is just a death sentence. I had to collateral the turret crew to kill it. Can we kill this leopard somehow? M1A1, don't drive out in front of me. Dude. Yeah, that's real great, pal. Goodness gracious. What are you doing just sitting there? Well, you can't fault it for one thing, though. When you bring out the HSTV-L, you will always have the most assists on your team. Whoever made the dual text camo that I'm using right now, you're a real G. Dual text is probably my favorite camo, and this is one of my favorite vehicles, so appreciate it. I wasn't even close to that tree, what? Oh, it's a Type 10. Okay, at least he got it. That's another thing I don't get. A 120 with a 4-second reload's fine, but a 75 with a 1.5-second reload is too much, according to some people. This BMP is probably gonna just annihilate me. Yep. I don't think we've had a single down tier this entire time. I've done nothing this entire game. What the hell? The annoying thing about trying to bug report the ammo for this is that we have like 5 different sources saying it was on par with M774. And apparently that's not enough for Gaijin. I made a bug report for it, and that didn't go anywhere. So I made an 11-page report explaining exactly what was wrong with the round, how it could be corrected, and why I think it should be corrected, and that also didn't go anywhere. Well, I got a reply from the devs that said we think that the penetrator for the round could be like 290 max, which directly contradicts the sources that say it could penetrate around as much armor as M774. You can't reconcile these two statements. I said, okay, it penetrates around this much. The case is around this long. Since it's case telescope, the round takes up almost the entire case, so the round could look like this. And they said, nope, it has to be this. It's incredibly annoying, because they basically want me to get the exact penetrator dimensions from the military, which isn't really required for any other bug report, and isn't possible, because I tried to get those documents from the army. They're unclassified. But they said we still won't release this because it could hold information that's still relevant to the military. So yeah, that's just a bit annoying, and by a bit, I mean incredibly. And yes, the obligatory Thunder skill is not completely accurate, but it's the best we have. Thunder skill says that both the M1A2 and T80 BVM perform better than this does. So I don't get the argument that this is like a hairline away from being overpowered if you just buff the ammo. And gave it penetration that starts showing up at like 9.7 or 9.3. Like yeah, I agree that fire rate should be balanced out by penetration and damage, but it's skewed too far in one direction right now. I don't think that a tank that fires M774 that does less damage every 1.5 seconds would be overpowered when you have tanks that can fire a like 625 mil pen round at 11.3. It's so tiring. I know I've said all this before probably, but it's just, yeah. I'm just reiterating my arguments because when I see people talk about the HSTV-L and I'm brought up, they almost always misquote me or something. I think I can see that guy. Issue is, can I do anything to him? Okay, I tried to hit his, okay. Yeah, I tried to hit his ammo while his turret was moving, but that was not a great idea. Did someone just try to napalm me? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out too well for you, I'm gonna be honest. Just a hunch. Oh, shit. 21 rounds for 5 kills. There is something. Yep. That guy kinda got trolled, not gonna lie. Just gotta replenish my ammo real quick so I can get like 2 more kills with 20 rounds. That dude just keeps trying, and it is not working. Oh my goodness. We're pretty close to a nuke, but I don't think we're going to get it. Please, don't bomb me, please. Okay, that's enough for a nuke. Yes, I was totally destroyed by that tank. Don't worry about it. The time is gonna run out before we can drop it, probably. Yeah, there's no way unless someone decaps. Can one of you guys decap, please? Someone land a helicopter or something. No. Man. That's so disappointing. I love Contact 5. Oh, wait, there wasn't even contact. Oh. Wow, I am amazed, honestly. He's still flying, though. And now he's dead. This thing's so goofy. Goofy tank. So yeah, that's the HSTV-L. I think compared to everything else at its BR, it's a bit less powerful, but I don't think it's a bad tank. I think it has just a very high skill ceiling, and the number of Gaijin moments you get with it is much higher than with other vehicles. So that's why I'm suggesting that they improve the penetration and damage a bit, so it's just a bit more consistent. Auto track, high explosive proximity, those would be nice to have. At that point, I think it could go up to 11.3. As always, if you guys have suggestions for video topics, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.